welcome to another live edition to the We-On-Loc Nation channel. I thought it would be appropriate to talk about a particular subject that most of us, well, some of us feel uncomfortable talking about. And that's your heritage, your lineages, where you were from, and blah 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 blah. Are you Black American or you're African American? And then listen. At one point in time, I said that I had no dog in this fight. But then when there is like a co like a variety of people disrespecting other brothers and sisters from other continents, the only thing I can say is you're losing a losing battle. It's beginning to become a bother for me. It is with this whole FBA shit. I remember a long time ago I had some FBAs on my panel, and of course they go on about the lineages and how you can trace your people back into the 1800s vis-a-vis due to a piece of paper. I said to myself, are you freaking kidding me? So I guess blood, a hair sample of your DNA actually you can have samples of your blood and your DNA, and they can easily track that back to whatever your family was, and more importantly, if you had your great grandparents still around, or your great great grandparents, if you're lucky to have them, if you're lucky to have your great great grandparents, they can obviously tell you who you were related to in terms of your lineage. But as time goes on, you want to distance yourself. This is why it's so uncomfortable for me, because I don't like talking about this shit. But I just figured it would be a good goddamn topic to hop over. So bear with me. So you mean to tell me that just because you proven yourself somehow, some way to become eligible for reparations due to lineages, because this is all this is, it's just getting reparations, and you don't want other people to be involved in that doesn't equate with your Black African ideologies, which y'all don't even know what the fuck black means. But either way, it's escapism. It's total escapism. And I don't know why Dean's talking. Damn, he got a $200 super chat. Shit. He's cooking right now. He is cooking. I just want to ask one question. Do you know who you people are? And could be ADOS. It could be anywhere from ADOS to FBAs. Do you know who you people are? No, I don't think you do, because you're going to cling on to the one person who, from Oklahoma originally, trailed in Detroit, Michigan, now lives in Los Angeles. Tariq Nasheed is the biggest fucking phony you can ever meet. But I'm gonna give this to him. He is fucking funny. He is fucking funny. But he's a very, very contradicting man. Very, very contradicting man indeed. But he has people following him. He has people in his back pocket following him to a make believe. You have this nutcase, hey Bar, you have this nut job and many nut jobs like him following to this big old make believe, to thinking that they're something that they're not. But then again, people love him and people often respect his craft, respect his gangster, respect his pimping, respect whatever he's into. He ain't nothing but a hustler. Plain and fucking simple. He ain't nothing but a goddamn hustler. And the person is right. Y'all eat this up like candy. He ain't no different. He ain't no different from Jam Master Jay. He ain't no different from that clown. Or excuse me, Grandmaster Jay, not Jam Master Jay. Grandmaster Jay. He ain't no different from the fake lawyer. It's all about who can get the most paper, who can get the most attention, who can get the most paper, straight up. But Tariq he's gotten people to believe in this make-believe lie. Grandmaster Jay was the one who dropped his gun to the police. And as we were stated, the black code of the streets is you don't never drop your gun to the police. Never, ever. I don't know what that means, Barb. I don't know what the fuck that means. What does that mean? But anyway, so the reason why I decided to have this conversation in real talk is that now that this whole thing with ICE has circulated, now that this whole thing has taken the turn for the worse, and it's only going to get even worse, there are those in FBA and in Black America not fucking around, bro. Yep, not fucking around, bro. Yep, he was definitely involved in that. But as I stated, you don't drop your gun. You do not drop your motherfucking gun. So, with that being said, where was I? Now that this ICE thing has taken the turn for the worse, as I stated before, now people are saying from this side of the aisle, don't get involved with ICE. Let them take them in, let them take them in. This is not our fight. So you're a Trump supporter. I mean, these people would literally do anything just to get something that they're not getting. You're not going to get reparations. You're not. You are not getting a paycheck from who are you going to get a paycheck from? From who? From who? Is it Trump? Is it JD Vance? Who are you going to get your paper from? And how much of an amount is it? Oh, we got to trace this. And trace this back to the minute. Yes. Bard, he dropped his gun. In other words, he dropped his nuts. Sorry, I gotta say it how I say how I feel it. I know how it happened. He pointed his gun, but his finger was off the trigger. And then of course he gave his guns away. I'm not giving my guns away. And then of course him and what's her face had a falling out. I forgot what her name was. I'm not sure what the fuck I forgot what her name was. Michi X. Him and Michi X had a falling out, and that was that. Because Michi X supported Grandmaster J Heavy. But then again they had a falling out. For whatever fucking reason. But that's beside the point. Like I said, these FBAs are now Trump supporters. Or they're supporters of anyone who would get them what they want. And that is dangerous. So you are willing to sell out. You are willing to sell out for something that you're not getting. Or better yet, you're trying to sell your soul for a piece of the pie, or a seat at the table. You would Martin Luther King approve of that? I'm just asking the question. Would Martin Luther King approve of that? Would Malcolm approve of that? Huh? Would John Henry Clark approve of that? You will literally sell your people out for a make believe. ADOS is no different. ADOS is definitely no different. But I have a bit more respect for ADOS than I would do for someone like this who does nothing but, make fun of Africans. I mean, make no mistake about it. He's made countless movies. He's made countless movies. Why would you make 1804, but then the next day call somebody a tether? Do you know what tether is? Let's look that up. What is a tether? What is a tether? What is a tether? Is it Bitcoin? No. No, that's tether. That's no one knows what the fuck tether is, but I just looked it up and it don't make no damn sense. Let me see if I can do it on my phone before we get into what we have to get into. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. What is a tether? Oh, I did spell it right. Tie an animal with a rope or chain so as to restrict its movement. So we're animals. You you're talking about the same animals that you were once before you were released in 1865. You're talking about those particular animals? You call your people, your natives, believe it or not, you call your people tethers. The people from Africa, the people from Jamaica, the people from Haiti, tethers. But yet you don't mind going to their countries and bearing the fruits of their labor. Or you don't mind going to their countries and taking vacations. You don't mind that. That's a contradiction. Pan Pan-African to me is the only way that will separate the hate from everything else. From white folks, just getting clear away from white ideology. But that'll never happen because y'all too far gone. And now that this is starting to spread worldwide, what are the children going to think? You're going to have you're going to have total and complete separation by the time the next generation comes around. And we need the next generation after the next generation more important than ever. And this is so much of importance that you are willing to separate from your brothers and sisters from the continent. Um, for what? For fucking what? How come they couldn't come get us? Well, we're talking about they're talking about 1 to 10 different tribes out there who were fighting a war in Africa. There are many different tribes, but yet we just like to cling on to the past. We just like picking and choosing. But you know what's funny? The same people who feel the same way about um, illegal immigrants. It's the same way that they feel about you. And they look around when you go to their countries, they all say the same thing that you say. Why are they so mad at us? Why are they mad at us? Why are they upset at us? Why are they upset at these black Americans? And you go over there, why are they upset at us? Why are they upset at us Africans? Well, well, you hate on us. Who hates on you? You mean the one or two people, the one to two ratio of people out of thousands, or I would just say millions, if we want to keep it real? It makes no sense. So I go on, I go on this woman's platform. Shouts out to DJ Genesis Detroit, and I was just shooting the shit. And apparently, we got too many extremists out there. Way too many extremists. Feel that ICE did his job. ICE just shot somebody in cold blood. No, execution style on the street. Just imagine if that was you. Just imagine if that was you and an African tried to save you. Oh no, I don't want an African to save me. I want an FBA to save me. Man, let me play this. Let me play this one first because this, even though me and this guy, we see different ideologies eye to eye. We don't see eye to eye with each other. But I damn near say in this particular video, he's spot on. He is spot the fuck on. I'll play DJ Genesis in a little bit. Shouts out to DJ Genesis. Right. Without further fucking ado. Did you post this on StreamYard also? This is StreamYard. I put the link in the bot. I put the link on the post for everybody to click on it. I don't know if it turned blue or not. I don't know. I mean, this I had to say that this dude is funny.
Well, you can insult me, but me and you both.
No, I'm. What do we have left? What, Republicans? What are we gonna do? We've got to. This is why niggas is going to fucking Thailand. I'm not dealing with this shit, bro. I'm not dealing. Call you an N-word in the Democrat Party. They won't call you an N-word in the Democrat Party. They'll just sink your campaign and put money in the white candidate. Got it. All right. Agree.
A disagreement is. Sorry, give me a second to turn this video audio. My disagreement is that you're attacking to get to vote for them. Strategy. Insult me, but me and you both.
No, I'm. Hold on, I didn't insult you at all. I asked you a question. I asked, is this an 135 IQ?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And from this 135 IQ content is that I'm attacking Tariq to get people because I want people to vote for the Democrat Party. Is that what you gather?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Lucas. Like I said, me read Powernomics. I will concede that reparations is a movement that has had no progress. I will concede that delineation is a movement with no monetary benefit. And FBA is a lineage and all that. Strategy of Powernomics is supposed to be implemented. The worst strategy, like you said, over the past 6 years, has been to go through the executive branch or through the legislative branch by trying to either elect Democrats or Republicans or.
What this Negro is trying to do is what I was explaining to you earlier, and trying to get anyone to listen to their Sabi story. I'm not listening to your story because you don't own and number one, you don't have any money. Number two, you don't own and control anything. So why would a millionaire? We're not talking about billionaire. Why would a millionaire listen to your savvy story? Why would anyone of any importance, and to think, they said that Tucker Carlson gave them a shot just because Tucker Carlson gave you a shout out. Tucker Carlson. I know who Tucker Carlson is, but he's a nobody. He's irrelevant. And he has no money. Not like that anyway. You need, number one, you need somebody of importance to represent you and to talk the same exact language as you. In terms of FBA and we trace our lineage, we can trace our lineages, and we need to, look for those people who can trace their lineage back to the 1800s and whatever. But if I find one illegal, if I find one tether in your family, you ain't getting reparation. Just like Winston Hunt, who is campaigning for U.S. Senate, but he's a Republican. He wouldn't get reparations because he has a snow bunny. And I believe he's part Haitian. You said, and it said verbatim, that Jasmine Crockett was a Haitian. If she's a Haitian, Haitian American, and
stand on the couch by not electing Democrats and just attacking Democrats for content. Really, the best strategy for reparations would be the same strategy that Thurgood Marshall used to integrate the schools, which is to not only sue the federal government, but to also sue every state in the union, either one by one.
good luck with that. Good damn luck with that. You can pay any lawyer to listen to your story if you have the money. But apparently you don't have the money like that. So who are you going to get to represent you? And more importantly, how are you going to get your story straight? It's ridiculous.
Or collectively. So when we're talking about these alliances and still, whether or not we're on the Democrat plantation.
Okay, so go sue. I don't have a problem with that. If you believe that you're going to have benefit in the judicial system of trying to gather reparations, go ahead. Absolutely. Because the last time I remember there was a lawsuit or something, I believe it was the Tulsa massacre. And I believe they said they didn't have standing for the way that they were trying to sue. And she was actually, the people were actually descendants, were not even descendants. They lived through the Tulsa massacre and they threw that case out. But if
the Tulsa massacre was different because they didn't have anybody to sue because
I know, absolutely, 100%. So you're 135 IQ.
They were suing.
So what I would suggest,
since doing the massacre,
you
can't sue it, but we can sue the government.
Absolutely. So what I would do, right? Do you have access to?
Sue the government. What lawyer would take that case? What lawyer would take your case? Now, at this juncture of time, right now, where we're not even underneath the Biden administration, how are you per se going to pay for a lawyer that would take your case, whether he be white, black, or indifferent? How would that work? How would that work? It wouldn't work because a lawyer wouldn't take your case like this unless you have strong evidence, and a strong claim. Right now, you don't have that. You don't have strong evidence, a strong claim. You don't have a strong nothing. All you're doing is what you would call just babble talk. That's all you're doing is babbling. We're FBA, we're Foundational Black Americans. And at least when Yvette Carnell handled her business with Tone Talks, and then went and handled their business. They at least went up to the Capitol and apparently they didn't get nothing accomplished. They're no different, but at least they got up off their ass and they had their leader right there, front and center. And Yvette Carnell and Toe Talks. Where's y'all leader at? Oh, it's not. We don't have a leader. It's a lineage. Okay, where's the lineage's leader? This is crazy.
An attorney?
Well, see, that's the thing right there. Don't get me wrong. I am a free man. I am doing fine. Just like how Professor Black Truth and the other ones are doing fine monetarily. What FBI is
I
lacking.
didn't ask that. I asked, do you have access to an attorney? Because that's a really great idea. Let's just sue all the states.
Well, that's why I'm answering your question.
To an attorney.
No, because I have no interest in the actual doing of itself. But what I know is that
let me get this straight. You have a solution for Black people to get reparations, but you have no interest in acting upon that solution.
Short answer is
useless.
Mr. Lucas.
You're literally useless, and I think that's the problem with many Black people.
Well, no. You gotta.
Bye. Get off my phone. Get off my line. You're literally a waste of fucking earth and fucking oxygen. 35 IQ. But you lack, I guess, the passion, the motivation to act on this genius plan of yours of suing the states. Because you're good, as you said. I know the way to reparations. Like, listen, I know what we got to do. I'm just not going to do it because it's not really negatively impacting me. That's the time.
And I hate to agree with him. I really do. But the one thing that set me off with the last straw was that too many people are getting killed. Even going back to the whole ICE thing, when people in Minnesota are getting murked in Minnesota, not just white people, but Black people as well. Black people are getting murked in LA. Black people are getting murked in California. Black people, Washington, Baltimore, Portland, all this shit going on, and now they're in Maine. They're in Maine, and it's cold as hell in Maine. And then what you're saying is it has nothing to do with me. I'm minding my own business. Hell, they're in your business. They're in your business. You have no business. What business do you own? You don't know the law. You don't know the code of conduct. So what would you do if an ICE agent got in your face until you show that identification, boy? Show those papers, boy. If you don't show them papers, that's your ass. I can't bail you out of jail. Lucas ain't bailing you out of jail. Ain't nobody bailing you out of jail. Homie. So it's best that you and I work something out and come to some agreement. I mean, you could keep the name FBA, but as a Pan-African, I say either work together or not at all. Divide, you fall. You understand what I'm saying? Divide, you will fall. You're only 13% of the population, and that is including Africans, Jamaicans, Haitians, and whoever else. But if you don't want to work with them, you don't have to. The moment you scream that FBA shit, everybody's looking at, what are you talking about? Who are you? What part of FBA? The Foundation of Black Americans. Okay. What's a Black American? Us! We're Black Americans! That doesn't say you're American in the dictionary. And even if it did, you're not of importance. You were never important. Because by the 60s, we pretty much trained ourselves to do the work. We don't have to give you nothing. We don't have to give you an education. We don't have to give you work. You're only good for certain things and not all things. This is white folks talking to you. But now you want to be friends. You want to be buddies with Donald J. Trump. I can dig it. I can definitely dig that.
Type of nigga that'll live around a whole bunch of races and be okay with it. That's the type of dude that, as long as he's in the gated community, he's fine. He don't give a fuck what your black ass does. The nigga probably shouldn't have done that. That's what probably should. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm doing fine, so. And I identify as FBA, but you know. So you identify as FBA. You're such a piece of shit. You won't even, I guess, tell someone who else, tell a black attorney. Hey, I did reparation. Hell, listen, my lineage, okay? You will get nothing. And as I said before, you will either die dumb and poor, or you will fucking die rich and hated.
That's harsh. That is harsh. But he's right. He is absolutely correct. You can't hold on to something that is not there. You just cannot do it. You cannot fucking do it. But you're holding it on for dear life. Just no different from Yvette Cornell and her nonsense. But people proclaim all day that they're getting something out of the deal, and I'm thinking, what did you get out of that you can share with all of us? Why isn't there anyone in this stream? There was 40, but well, again, it's this, and I'm trying to figure this out. But I mean, the other day I was in the 20s the other day. I don't know. I've tried almost everything that Google told, well, not Google, but what whatchamacallit told me to do. And that's link up everything, and I've put the link in the description. I've done it all. You've done it for me. Something ain't giving, fam. Something is not giving. But I will continue to figure it out. I will continue to figure that shit out.
310, what's the disagreement? Do you have a disagreement?
And I'm of the belief that Walt is part owner, because again.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Basically, the video was like, I mean, the only thing I can do is joking. I'm dead ass. He's selling them. Yeah, the quarter zip.
Yeah, that's crazy. What the hell? Did I do that? My shit is sensitive today. Oh, either way. Now I can just go into the other one. Aren't looking at.
Two, we anticipate by the same token about 86 million Hispanics coming into the United States and about 41 million Asians by that point in time, which is going to kick black folk out of being the minority in the society down to a minority. We've been number 2 in the society for 400 years as a group. We're going to become number 4. And if we have not gotten anything after being number 2 for 400 years, you guess what's going to happen when we become number 4. Because that point in time, all the new groups coming into America, they're coming in higher than we are because this country operates off of a preferential groups are coming in.
Hey, when you guys brought me into the whole Jasmine Crockett thing, it worked to its discretion. If I start making noise about this FBA nonsense, then I'll be pinned to every other crowd who talks about it. But I'll get to that in a minute. I will definitely get to that in a minute.
Brown, black. And that's what our immigration laws are based on. And black folk will not be able to penetrate through those groups to get to the white society when it happens, because those groups owe us nothing. They don't understand our problems, and they're competitive with us. If we don't begin to be a little more aggressive about being in a competitive posture, they're going to eat our lunches.
One of the things that I should mention right here is the fact that the book is filled with tables, graphs, charts, and historical accounts of how such discrimination, prejudice, and racism, economically, politically, and socially, were engineered into our system, literally codified as a way blacks would be treated in this country. So that when we hear you talking about blacks becoming a permanent underclass, or we hear you talking about the inherent racism in the immigration system in the United States, you're not talking off the top of your head, are you?
No. See, the first immigration law was put in place immediately after the Revolutionary War in 1790, which declared this was to be a white country, and there was a zero quota placed on black folk. That zero quota stayed in place in about 1965. Based on the 1880 immigration laws, it moved up a slight bit, less than 1/2 of 1%, and to allow more blacks to come in. But in starting 1965, went to 1/2 of 1%. That's why blacks are in a minority class in this country. That's why you cannot get Haitians into the country, because the larger society is extremely fearful of blacks getting a numerical dominance. They build a quota system into the country, even in our immigration process, and in our, to make sure that black folk do not constitute a threat.
And so, of course, I should say, if we look at these,
You own 1/2 of 1% in this country. And decades later, you still own 1/2 of 1%. But you still think you deserve reparations. Or, and how much you think you're going to get per capita? It's crazy.
All this.
Sister, what if your wife or your girlfriend was in getting a job?
They're gonna rather do that. The system that is oppressing not only them but us. Now, guess what? I don't care about illegal immigrants getting kicked out. I want to let that be clear. I don't care nothing about it. What I care about is us supporting the people who kicking them out.
Yeah, I'm with you on.
So, like I said, I was up here, DJ Genesis live stream. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday, I was up there and I was just shooting the shit.
This is what I've been saying. I don't care about I don't like the way the law enforcement is going. And I can't, and I said that earlier in my in this whole stream. And I agree with Brother running. And you are supposed to be trained across
Government being our enemy.
That at least who have some form of critical thinking and who actually is not, see, like, that's interesting the way to think about it. But at least you are able to call, hell, people on shit, hell, you shit too. So I appreciate you having me. Everybody, God bless. All y'all, hey, I need a couple dollars in the super chat too. I was literally
Respectfully, Brother Sanchez is distracted by the jobs point. The part that he is omitting or doesn't acknowledge is that immigrants can immigrants are taking over, continue to turn these, etc. That's why on the last broadcast that I was on, I asked you to pull up on your screen some communities that used to be Black American and towns that used to be majority Black American that are now majority immigrants.
First of all, what immigrants are you talking about? Are you talking about the Puerto Ricans? You're talking about the Mexicanos? You're talking about the Sombreros or whatever you, not Sombreros, but the Puerto Rican, Spanish community, then you have the Haitian community, then you have the Asian community. Who are you speaking about? You just want black and white to just coexist. And let's just say the immigrants were to leave, willingly or forcibly or whatever. What makes you think you stand a chance against white America? What makes you think you stand a chance? You don't.
Immigrants are literally taking over Black American communities. And I say this in closing. As the total number of immigrants increases in the U.S., the total number of majority Black American cities, towns, counties, and congressional districts is decreasing. This is a matter of self-preservation, not racism at all or xenophobia. Really, those are mischaracterizations.
Disagree with the immigrants taking Black people because how's it that they only taking quote unquote Black jobs? So for me, I look at it like, why are we blaming? Because it's almost like we acting like the way racist white people train a lot of weak Black people. They want to blame somebody else. They don't never look at the companies who's hiring and is going to, in their account, they want to save money. How can I save money? I could pay 2 or 3 people to do the same job that I will pay one person to do. A lot of these companies or private companies, whatever, they're gonna hire who they want to hire, but we blaming the people that's getting hired. Nah, I don't look at it like that. My thing is that there's a lot of upper personnel in the government. They like to cause confusion, have us all fight against each other just so they could walk away with the money. Because they don't give a damn if it's an immigrant working for it or if it's an American working for it. As long
Amen to that. Amen to that. Yeah. They're gonna have you force feed a bunch of lies, a bunch of narratives, and while you're fighting with each other, life has already passed you by. Minutes have already passed. An hour has already passed. And you're still figuring out with this bullshit ideology that you're something that you're not. You have no history of it. You just say that you're a black American. Okay, cool. All right, I'll give you that. What makes you foundational? My great grandfather, he built something out of his establishment. What did you build financially that made you foundational? What did you build? Because remember when we were talking about this back in the 80s and the 90s and whatever, how we could build community centers, build trade centers to have our brothers and have our young ones go into a trade, and when they go into that trade, they're going into it freely. I guess the funding ran out somehow. I guess the funding ran out somehow, and then all of a sudden you have to pay out of pocket. You can go to another town and build these trade centers. Because trade is the way to go nowadays. People need roofing, housing. People are doing new roofing, housing. They need electricians, they need melanated electricians, melanated plumbers, melanated carpenters. You get the drift. And I don't care where they came from. If they came from Jamaica, if they came from Haiti, those are your people. They just speak a different language.
as they making money, they could care less. So all this, hey, let them get rid of the immigrants. You think they ain't gonna get rid of your black ass? Shit, man. That's how.
Brother,
All right, go ahead.
respectfully, don't you realize that if they were able to actually get rid of us, they would have done it literally 200 years ago when slavery ended?
What that got to do with the here now? I care less about the past at this point. Whatever happened to the here and now? Whatever happened to focusing on the here and now? The brother is right. It doesn't matter who you are. If they shot that white lady in cold blood, and they shot the brother in LA on New Year's Eve in cold blood, shouts out to Keith Porter's family. What makes you think they ain't gonna get rid of your black ass? What makes you think you off limits? You've been doing. They didn't take a break from you. They did not take a break from you. They're just reminding white people who they are. Because not everybody white agrees with what's going on. And Donald J. Trump is making it pretty fucking clear. It's like, I am the president of the United States. And I can do whatever the hell I want. If I can throw a middle finger in your face spit in your face, which he had, well, he has thrown a middle finger. He hasn't spit in nobody's face. That'll be the ultimate shame. But anyway, if he throws a middle finger up and tells you to go F off, you know what I mean? Excuse me. You got to stop thinking that you're all by yourself because no one would help us. Time out for that. Time out for that because it's going to get a hell of a lot worse. And don't even be surprised if, sorry to say, if a white guy saved your ass. It was like, thank you. Thank you for saving me. Let's end this thing. Let's end this thing on a note together. Let's end this thing on a high note. And then you go your way, I'll go mine. Because I need to rebuild up my people. I need to package up and rebuild my people. I need to rebuild the Tulsa, Oklahomas. I need to rebuild the Rosewoods and whatever else. I need to build these black banks. I need to build on many accessories. See what I'm saying? Let's continue.
But you saying that immigrants is taking our jobs. Who said
Well, that's why I said one step at a time. If they could get rid of us, they would have already done it. As far as the immigrants taking the jobs, don't you realize that these corporations are able to box Black Americans out of certain industries because they're able to rely on the cheap labor of the immigrants?
So you blaming immigrants for that?
No, I blame them both.
Organizations?
Hear me out, brother. I said I blame them both. They are both problematic. I'm a lobbyist. I fought for companies to be disbanded for employing illegal aliens. So the employers and the illegal aliens that are the employees are both problematic.
So let me ask you this. I'm not sure if you own a business or not, or that you hire personnel or whatnot. Now, if you were a business owner that you hire personnel to do the job, for you being a business owner, would you pay one person to do a job, or would you pay 3 people the same amount that you would pay that one person to do the exact same job?
Brother, actually, you're answering the question I just asked you. Don't you realize that these employees are able to rely on the cheap labor of the illegal aliens because the illegal aliens are here? Or in other words, these same employees will have to pay American workers a livable wage if the illegal aliens were not here. Don't you realize that?
You're gonna have to do that anyway. The only thing they're not gonna be able to do while I was running up and down the steps is give you insurance. They can't legally give you anything beneficiary. They can shoot you some shit underneath the table. There are some programs for that, but they can't just physically, they can't federally give you insurance. They're not allowed to do that. They can't just give you food stamps. They're not going to do that.
All right, so I guess what I asked doesn't mean anything, right? Because I mean, this is not just in America; they do this all over the world.
Exactly.
You go in any country, and they're gonna do forced labor, technically forced labor, work for cheap or work for free, and they're gonna rather do that than make money. They're gonna fill their pockets. So me personally, I'm not gonna blame no immigrant here in America. When I've been to like a whole bunch of countries and I see the exact same shit that goes on, no matter.
I'm not asking you who you're going to blame. I'm just acknowledging that they are both having detrimental effects on our community. The employer that employs illegal aliens and the illegal alien himself. Because the point that you refuse to acknowledge is that these same exact immigrants, these same exact illegal aliens, they are becoming the majority and have become the majority in cities, towns, and counties where Black Americans used to be the majority. Do you acknowledge that they are demographically replacing Black Americans in many Black American communities? Are you at least able to do that?
No, I'm not going to acknowledge that because what we talked about earlier was people that migrate throughout the country. People going to move wherever they might find where cost of living is cheaper.
Exactly.
Find where I guess the companies or jobs or whatever, people move because of companies and jobs.
What's wrong with that? If you're going to a certain neighborhoods where the cost of living is cheaper, what the fuck is wrong with that shit? Can somebody explain that to me? That's not just the immigrant, whether he be illegal or not. That's everybody. A person who wants to come into the country and do right, not only by him, but by his family. He don't get that. He don't get that right. He don't get that opportunity under the protection of the law.
People move around. I'm not going to blame and say, hey, they filling where Black neighborhoods was at.
Brother, I'm not even asking you to blame anyone. I'm saying, are you able
I'm not
to
saying
acknowledge?
I'm not saying you asking me anything.
Exactly. So let's not even introduce the word blame. I'm saying,
well, Barb, look. Let me know when you want to come. Let me know when you want to come up. Or you want to play that back again? I think I went too far. I went all the way too far.
yes, I fought for companies to be disbanded for employing illegal aliens. So the employers and the illegal aliens that are the employees are both problematic.
So let me ask you this. I'm not sure if you own a business or not, or that you hire personnel or whatnot. Now, if you were a business owner that you hire personnel to do the job, for you being a business owner, would you
Negro,
pay one
do you
person
want to come up
to
or
do
not?
a job, or would you pay 3 people the same amount that you would pay that one person to do the exact same job?
Brother, actually, you're answering the question I just asked you. Don't you realize that these employees...
Do you really want to hurt me? Duh. Do you want to come up? Lisa said you was gonna come up. That's what Lisa told me. Lisa said you wanted to come up and get into some shit. Good. I know you scared. I know you scared, bro. I know you scared. I know. You think I'm a good debater. I know. I understand.
on the cheap labor of the illegal aliens because the illegal aliens are here. Or in other words, these same aliens were not here. Don't you realize that?
So I guess
Is that? I'm not understanding. I never did understand it. I mean, we've tackled this same issue before. Not just me, but her too. I don't know. I don't know where he was going with this.
What I asked doesn't mean anything, right? Because I mean,
I'm
this is not just in America.
I'm basically calling him an extremist.
They do this all over the world.
Exactly.
You go in any country, and they're gonna do forced labor, technically forced labor, work for cheap or work for free, and they're gonna rather do that than make money. They're gonna fill their pockets. So me personally, I'm not gonna blame no immigrant here in America when I've been to like a whole bunch of countries and I see the exact same shit that goes on. No matter
I'm not
what.
asking you who you're going to blame. I'm just acknowledging that they are both having detrimental effects on our community. The employer that employs illegal aliens and the illegal alien himself. Because the point that you refuse to acknowledge is that these same exact immigrants, these same exact illegal aliens, they are becoming the majority and have become the majority in cities, towns, and counties where Black Americans used to be the majority. Do you acknowledge that they are demographically replacing Black Americans in many Black American communities? Are you at least able to do that?
No, I'm not going to acknowledge that because what we talked about earlier was people that migrate throughout the country. People going to move wherever they might find where cost of living is cheaper.
Exactly.
Find where I guess the companies or jobs or whatever, people move because of companies and jobs. People move around. I'm not going to blame and say, hey, they filling where Black neighborhoods was at.
But I'm not even asking you to blame anyone. I'm saying, are you able
I'm not
to acknowledge?
I'm not saying you asking me anything.
Exactly. So let's not even introduce the word blame. I'm saying, are you able to acknowledge a mathematical reality? What I'm saying is the total number of majority Black American census tracts is decreasing as the total number of immigrants increases in the U.S. This is nationwide.
That makes absolutely no sense. You're really improving. I will really give you that. Keep it up. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I followed that point. I followed the point in their conversation. Didn't follow it. So he is saying that encouraging them to, they're saying that encouraging them to stay, make them a higher amount of them Blacks, which will lead to U.S. countering to them, not us. But the man who responded, I don't know what he's talking about. Here's the thing about Pam Mulatto. He has been saying this exact same shit forever. Everywhere that he goes, he says this exact same shit about immigrants. He proclaims to, how do I say it, call up an agency and complain about people that he doesn't know about. And the people look at him like, who the hell is he? I'm surprised no one has ever reported his black ass. I don't know. Why would I report or say, and by the way, this has been going, this is becoming a single pattern now. There was some lady that had some Jamaican food, and I guess the food was not right or something. It smelled or something like that. And the lady, by the way, I'm just gonna call this out. The lady was bleached. but she was a Jamaican lady. So I guess there was some sayings back and forth. She didn't get satisfied customization or whatever. She ended up calling ICE. 3 weeks later, she didn't have it. She didn't have a business no more. I particularly don't like that. And here's why. Every time these people come in, most of them who come in own their own businesses. Not every single one of them. There's only a small percentage of immigrants coming into the country and having their own businesses within months or within a year. But you come along and now want to call ICE because you feel a certain way. Instead of owning your own shit, owning and controlling it, you want to get rid of the business that they have worked on for so long. And just because you don't own and control any of your businesses that you proclaim that this belonged to us because we made the boot popular. We made Timberland boots popular. We made this popular. We made that popular. We made baggy clothes. We were dressing up in baggy clothes, and white boys want to come and dress in baggy clothes. Then we came out with FUBU, for us, by us, and then all of a sudden, white folks want to wear FUBU, and da 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 da, and then we got the Black Panther. Yo, we got the Black Panther. We got Captain Blue Marvel. We got Blue Marvel on deck. We got Miles Morales, even though he's half black and half Puerto Rican. We have this. We have Blade. We have Blade. We own Blade. No, Marvel owns Blade. Marvel owns Blade. Marvel owns and controls Blue Marvel. You did have Static Shock. And you did have Icon for a little bit. And on Milestone Comics. When the guy had a heart attack, obviously no one took Milestone over. Milestone was popular because of Static fucking Shock. Where is Static Shock now? DC, which is owned by white folks. Where is Icon now? At DC. You can't have Icon, which is another version of Superman. Superman is that guy. Superman is the guy. Why would I want to put a Negro, and this is the thinking of a white man, why would I want to put a Negro in front of Superman? Why would I do that? You don't own and control anything.
Are you able to acknowledge that, brother?
So
you're not even letting me finish. Like I can't even get the word out.
But you said I didn't ask you to blame anyone. Did you hear the question? I asked you, are you able to acknowledge mathematically that the total number of decreasing nationwide?
Acknowledge it.
Oh, you're delusional. I get it.
Okay.
We don't have to like listen. Pam Lotto, you love to do that. We're not going to do ad hominem.
he has a very, very small mind and a very, very small IQ. But he's no different from anybody else who, if you come in there and don't have that one track pony mind, then you're a tether, you're delusional, you're this, you're that. That's why I hate having these conversations. That's when I went over there, and I'm gonna prove it to you. Be prepared, Barb, because again, you wanted me to do this, and this is where I come up, I guess.
Because they are just so, the Mexicans are just coming in and they leave up out of that area. No, they get another place of work. And thank you, WLL Nation, for your super chat earlier. And I did play a song for you. I'm so sorry I did not get to. I'm not sure if you have to hear it, but thank you for that super chat. Go ahead, WL. Go ahead.
Oh, I am so glad that he's gone because he sounds like an extremist, more like a Nazi. Because I don't, out of my 30, 40 years living, I never had an illegal immigrant stop me from getting a job. I never had an illegal immigrant stop me from gathering 4 brothers and 4 sisters to build a community. I never had an illegal immigrant, or anything. As a matter of fact, the immigrants that he supposedly are talking about, I've lived with for over 9 years and never had an issue with them, never had a problem with them. As a matter of fact, they fed me, I helped them. We fought side by side with each other. So I don't know what I don't know what immigrant he's referring to, but I never had an issue where I had to get my ass up and get work.
I was telling the truth. The people that I live with for 9 years. And let's just say we never had an issue with each other. Never. But that was, I knew you were going to come out with it. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, shut up. I knew it. I freaking knew it. I knew that you was going to say that shit. I knew it. It's just like when I was playing blackjack today. It was like I had a 19 and that bitch came out with 20. I fucking knew you was gonna say that shit. But that was your experience. That was your experience. Some of us have bad experience. So I'm supposed to in line with your experience. I'm supposed to align myself with what you went through versus what I went through. Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what's going on here? So I'm supposed to throw up my hands and say, hey, no. Your experience is not, well, let me say this. Your experience is not my experience. But I don't want people to fluctuate the bad with the good. Everything has to be a certain balance at some point. Yeah, you got that individual that doesn't know how to act right. Yeah, you have to have that individual who sees the world the way you do. But hot damn, if you've been with a person for so long and y'all share this, let's just say, for example, y'all share the same plate, or you end up picking her daughter up from school, or if she sees you, I don't know, stranded somewhere, she picks you up and she takes you home. I mean, hot damn, man. How long is it gonna? How long? How long will it be before we can get the shit right? And then you wanna you know you are losing a losing battle. You had years and years and years and years and years to get shit together, and right now you're damn near a permanent underclass. You are locked in. You are locked in Bronx. Your shit is so you can't even collect shit from a bank because your shit is so fucking frozen. You're cooked. You are fucking cooked. If you take away the Jamaicans, if you take away the Haitians, if you take away some of the Puerto Ricans that they proclaim their Africanity, they're okay. But if you and Britain also, if you take away all the immigrants that basically belong to you, I'm Gucci here. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because the moment something happens to you, white folks ain't gonna save you. Have somebody pull your black ass over and see somebody helps you when they snatch your ass up out the car. Believe me, I've had to get out the car 3 times. Thank God I'm still here. I had to get out the goddamn car. Do you know how devastating it is getting pulled over? Worse yet, I'm going to share you a story. I was doing Uber. I just dropped some kid off home. I had some food in the car. I just pulled over and just ate my food. And the next thing I know, I was in a parking lot. I was parked somewhere. I was still in the neighborhood. And all I did was just ate my damn pollo loco. This pollo. I had some pollo loco. And the next thing I know, 4 cop cars show up. I'm like, what the hell's going on? 4 damn cop cars show up from the front to the side to the back. I'm like, can we see your license and registration? I had everything, license, registration. It's like, what the hell is going on? We got called that it was a disturbance in the neighborhood. It's like, bruh, I'm sitting here eating. What disturbance? And then I look back, it was some lady that was like, you called the police, huh? Punk mother. So it could be a black American can call your black ass out. Don't just think it's these immigrants, because anybody can call your ass out. You're separating yourselves. People just don't understand. They are separating themselves, and they are separating themselves from extermination. But we'll learn.
I had that choice. Here's the thing.
And unite like the so-called small.
Yeah, sure.
Oh man.
Say FBA is like 2,000 strong, right? And then they're in LA. You know how many Mexicans are in LA?
All right, here's the deal.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Oh man. The reparations and all that other stuff. And all he did is like he does normally. He just hop on a grift and start his own thing like he actually did something.
So it's ADOS the left and FBA is the right? Is that what's going on? FBA left?
your points are not connecting. I don't think Black people need immigrants or anyone to be prosperous in this country. That's individualism. That's individualism talk, Barb. Just because you're successful, and you might be, doesn't mean that somebody else is successful or has the same exact success. We're talking about a whole struggling nation. This is about a group. You know what? I'm not going to even say. You know what? Don't listen to me. Nope. You done messed up. You done messed up. Yep. Let me put him back on. Let me put him back on. Let me put him back on. You done messed up. What up? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! That's just a bunch of individual babble. I hate to say it, but that's just a bunch of individual babble. Yeah, I'm successful. I'm successful. I'm not successful. You're a tether. Why am I a tether? Because I said so. Are you foundational? No, you're a tether. Come on, bro. Now I gotta research this shit all over again. Shit, I was gonna do the whole Corey Holcomb thing, but that shit don't make no sense. It does not make any sense at all. Oh, let's see, where the hell can't even fucking find it now. Give me a second here. Give me a second. No, I'll cover the whole ICE thing tomorrow. Oh, I can do this better. No, wait. Physically amazing, Lucas. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Do 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 do
Do you know where I'm from? I'm fucking skydive, fam. You're a fucking retard. That's the problem. The issue isn't Democrats. The issue is that their constituents are fucking stupid. That's the issue. All you goofy niggas, and this is another thing I have. All you dumb fucks can't take responsibility for shit. You motherfuckers can't take responsibility for goddamn shit. So who do you think is going to take responsibility, huh? What? You think America's going to take responsibility? Huh? What? You think the white man's going to take responsibility? What? The white woman? Who's going to take responsibility, nigga? You tell me. Huh? Who's going to take responsibility for where we're at, you stupid fuck? Huh? Tell me when. Tell me in the history of this goddamn country has that ever happened? Oh, niggas is in trouble? Well, let's help. You tell me when. You stupid fucks. But you guys are arguing about fucking lineage. Goddamn retards arguing about fucking delineation. What you delineating from, nigga? Huh? You going from poor to poor? Huh? What are you talking about? What do you think is gonna happen? These niggas are so fucking stupid. I'm so sick and tired of these niggas. Fucking, then they want to talk about tether this and tether that. You disagree. I'm sick and tired of these dumb fucks. Y'all got a golden goose, and instead of using it for the benefit, you guys use it to tear down one another and to cause chaos and division.
Boom.
Nigga, maybe y'all the fucking lineage of evil. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Bam. Boom. I gotta say shit. So you got to basically tear somebody down to get just to get a few dollars in your pocket. Is that where we're going? See, he's kind of saying what I'm saying, isn't he? No, because he's speaking of well, at that cutting point, he was speaking of FBA because they keep calling themselves lineages. Lineage. We're part of a lineage. We're a part of a lineage. No, you're not. Because you don't build anything. You don't own and control nothing. So how the fuck you gonna be something that you're not? Yes, I agree. I agree with him. Yes. 1000% agree. Because how the fuck you gonna build? How the fuck you gonna be part of something that you haven't even you don't own it? You haven't put one brick on the goddamn ground. Sign the paperwork and have people come to you and say, I want to buy your. You never had a white man in a briefcase full of money come to your establishment and say, I want this property. And when you say no the first time, he's not going to accept no the second time. That's when you know you got something on lock. You have done something for yourself that has speculated or has the white man running scared. Then he sends his boy over to sweet talk you. And then when you say no, then it's pretty much like Donald Trump. I'm going to get what I want. It's like, oh, really? What did you get from what do you get from what he said? I just told you. You know, if just some of this talk shit, some of this tell shit, some of this what is it called? Not illegal. I'll just say illegal immigrant shit from here on till I think of the actual word that I want to go to. This shit is just dumb. It's dumb. Because again, going back to ICE, right? Going back to them coming in to your front yard, which they are capable of doing, and dragging you out, and they get what? They're like 7, 9 deep. What the fuck are you gonna do with that? You ain't got no weapons. Remember Marjorie? I think it's her, not Marjorie Taylor. The girl that got shot with her boyfriend, and she got shot butt naked, like she got shot center mass because the FBI kicked down the door because of some misinformation. And he shot at, I give him credit, he shot back at the police. I forgot what her name was. Sad. But you want to make fun. The thing about it is, you want to make fun of a group, a very very tiny small group of people who migrated from here to do work, and that's all they ever do is work. All they ever do is work and provide for their families. And here you come along and talk about tell her this, tell her that, and tell her this, and tell her that. They don't want nothing from you. They don't want anything from you. You're just mad because you got a small group of people building up businesses for themselves. Like it, love it, hate it. It's the truth. Like it, love it, or hate
it. Maybe you dumb fucks of the lineage of evil. Because you acting just like everything else, bro. Fucking tethering on to fucking dead black people. Nigga, fucking Martin Luther King to know who the fuck you guys know the you Harriet Tubman doesn't know who the fuck you are. What are you talking about? Then these niggas want to get upset. Fucking ass.
Mm. 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 I don't know what the hell happened. I do not know what the hell happened. But he was cooking, wasn't he? Homeboy was cooking. He was cooking with fish grease. Let me, let me, let me get back there real quick.
Maybe you dumb fucks of the lineage of evil. Because you act just like everything else. Stupid shit. Like tether the king to know who the fuck you were. Frederick Douglass don't know who the fuck you are. Harriet Tubman doesn't know who the fuck you are. Francis Cress Welsing doesn't know who the fuck you are. Nigga, Dr. Claude Anderson doesn't know who the fuck you are. What the fuck are you talking about, fam? Huh? Then these niggas want to get set fucking at what? Ass nigga, tenderism. I don't give a fuck what the fuck is called, nigga. You don't own it. That's what you need to know. You don't own it. That's all the fuck you need to know. I can mispronounce it every way from fucking Sunday. All I need to know is, nigga, I don't own that. I don't own the correct way to say it. I don't own the improper way to say it. I don't own any of that shit. That's what you need to realize. You.
But, in God, she has a big butt. A big, juicy. Anyway. Back to this. But you end up arguing with me all day, every day, and so now I'm gonna have to put you in your tiny little place. Or was that Eat the Man? Because I'm not sure if that was Eat the Man or not. Was that Eat the Man? Let me see. Ether Man. Where is Ether Man? Where is Ether? I do not know why Leonard is up there. I do not know why. Where in the tiny flippity fuck is Ether Man? Ether Man, where are you? I think I have to find you tutti. Where is he? Give me just a second. I'm just gotta find it. I have to find it. I have to find it. Maybe I went back too far. Let me see. No, I didn't. Hold on. Is this the one? I think this is the one. Give me a second. Find it here. This Negroes were talking all fucking day about what they got, what they do. I drive trucks. So does my partner. They own a rig. Good for them. They own and control their own rig. Good for them. There he is.
How we spend our money is
ends up being all these different subjects. It all really like kind of goes together in a weird way about our community and how we have we have this everything. It all just merges. But go ahead. Who was next? I'm sorry. The Man Williams. Go ahead. You're on now. Go ahead.
what happened to my turn?
No, either Man was he and I said this is something I did. I'm sorry, honey. I know. You've been switching up cameras and all that. So I so cameras up here join. I'm sorry.
My comment for $5. What do we own and control in America? Let's see if somebody answers my question.
Point, because if you understand taxes, really, I think at this point we pay close to about 30 to 40% in taxes. Now we down to half of that, so that's half of close to $500 billion, and most of Black people, our money is going to paying for the place. Usually going to pay a white man or pay a white landlord or to pay
after Texas. That was your tax.
Yeah. I think you're missing the point. This lifestyle and this way you can just spend money like that, right? That's not what's really happening. So what we need to do is we need to kind of get rid of $100 billion over 48 people. We don't have the option not to pay taxes. We don't have the option not to, like, they take out properties if we don't pay our taxes, right? We go to the gas station, we pay we don't. 3-4 times typically for the same. Us having this conversation of how
included in our trip with the Jordan money we spend, the rims,
still in
the
rotation.
chains.
Hold on, you cut him out. He wasn't done. But I'll let you talk. It was Malik, and then I'll let you talk King Tutoring after that. So go ahead, finish up. I'm sorry, finish up. Either man, go ahead.
Yeah, so and that's the only point that I'm making is the system have been designed for them to take that money just because we are residents. Until we address that part, us having this conversation about how much money we got, it's not real money.
All right, so the next person was Malik. Go ahead, Malik.
When we talk about the 1.7 trillion, we're not just talking about people in the hood. You're talking about all Black people. We're talking about CEOs who own BET or people, people who own. I own 7 companies. You're talking about rappers. You're talking about actors. Yeah, Denzel in there too. So when you say that's what we spend, and I'm talking to the host, when you say that's what we spend, what that's called is unnecessary spending. We don't just spend on necessities. We understand what necessities are. Shout out to Lauryn Hill. It ain't what you make, it's what you keep. Mm-hmm. I started making money making $4 at a car wash. And
nigga, no one knows who you are. Quite frankly, I don't think we understand who we are. And we don't want to understand who we are because we're so separated from one another. But let me continue.
Built off of that because I didn't need the Jordans. I didn't need to eat out. I was shopping at the thrift store. Built my own business.
Individualism.
It's about self-restraint. It's about discipline. There's nowhere in the world you can explain why Black people spending 1.7 trillion. It's not just about your neighbors or the people who you see. This is all Black Americans. Will Smith, Jay-Z. We talking about everybody.
Yeah,
that money can be managed better.
No, but you still
hold on. I waited for 20 minutes. You got IUL insurance policies you can buy. And you can become your own bank that way. You know what the IUL is? You can buy $1 million policy. You're probably gonna pay on it $2,000 a month, but you can borrow off of the value of the policy. So you can borrow with no credit check, no hit to your policy, up to $1 million.
That's bullshit.
That's what we do.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, but it's just 75%.
It's financial illiteracy.
Bullshit
is the problem.
But 75% of Black people can't do that. They don't make enough money. They can't spend $2,000. That's the point that I'm trying to help you understand.
I'm not talking about what Black people, the whatever that percentage is. I'm not talking about what they can or can't do. I'm talking about the people that can do.
But the people who can does it. That's the point. Like Will Smith ain't. If you think Will Smith is
why and these so-called millionaires and billionaires ain't nothing but a few billionaires, ain't nothing but a few. Jay-Z is one of them. Do you think Jay-Z gives a damn about regular Black Americans? Absolutely freaking not. Stop the illusion. Stop the illusion. He's making Burberry. He's making colognes. This nigga's making instead of making bottles pop, he's creating his own alcohol. And so is 50. Do you think 50 cares about individuals like you and I? Absolutely not. That's why I'm trying to figure out why is everybody getting mad about Luda, Chris Bridges. I see why. I see why now. And everybody's calling him a sellout. What did he sell out? Now Nelly, we all know he sold out. But he's still with his wife though. He's still with Ashanti. He's still with Ashanti. That's a good thing. Snoop, do I have to explain it? I mean, damn. It's self-explanatory. When the paper got to get a little bit low. When the paper get low, the hungriness show. The possibilities of there being billionaires exist for people like you and me. And where does it lead? And I'm asking you, where does this all go? What does that mean? Is there a position if there is a position for us to succeed, where is the opportunity? Where's the opportunity? Every time we go for something, the goalpost always gets being moved. And get this, not everybody can be a millionaire. Somebody's got to operate those controls. Somebody's got to do the dishes. Somebody's got to fold the clothes. Somebody has got to sweep up the floors. Somebody has to do the toilets. Not everybody can be in a millionaire position. And even when so, where are we at? He said 1.7 trillion, 1/2 of 1%. We're still at 1/2 of 1%. Where does it go? Unless you are willing to share with your brothers and sisters and make sure they come up, we have built an institution. We're not building institutions. I could give a damn less if you're a billionaire or not. If you're not building institutions, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean a damn thing if you're not building institutions. And this is exactly why people get mad at Umar, because he's absolutely 1000% right. Your institutions are there, not. People can talk about these banks that are. The graph is so low, it went all the way to the freaking bottom. It's below the dirt. And this is the reason why your money is not in black banks. Talk to me about millionaires and billionaires. Where are these? Where's LeBron James? Where's LeBron James in all this? Where's LeBron James? If Michael Jordan couldn't campaign for you, if the only person that's ever done anything remotely would be Magic Johnson. Other than that, Michael Jordan didn't do anything for you. Kobe Bryant didn't do anything for you. LeBron James didn't do anything for you. D Wade didn't do anything for you. Jay-Z ain't gonna do nothing for you. The only person that had the actual plan for black folks would be Ice Cube. But even Ice Cube nowadays is sort of iffy. So what does Tariq Nasheed do? Tariq Nasheed does the exact same shit. And gonna blame it on people not getting shit and him being and him wanting to be so successful. It's like, I need to get mine because I'm a filmmaker I'm a filmmaker, but yet I gotta get mine. What do you think they should do for? I don't know. That's up to you. It's up to you because it seems like to me, as long as somebody individually has a position in life, they're okay. And if you want to continue to think like that, then God bless. But when you want protection under the law and you end up in the same position as Renee, and you end up in the same position as Keith Porter, if you made yours, where's my $20? I'm playing. If you made yours, cool. I you know what? I love the individualism. I really do. I really do love the individualism. Guess what? Listen, I'm going to school. I'm going back to school. I already got a job. I got a house. I got, cars. I pay bills. I want something more. I want something more for my children and my children's children. But if I get the opportunity to help somebody else with their journey, I'm going to do that. And letting the money bounce 8 to 12 fucking times. Do you not get where we're going? All this individualism stuff is starting to make me puke.
Don't own stuff and not managing his money.
Listen,
that's crazy.
I'm not just talking about Will Smith. I'm talking about niggas who drive trucks right now.
No.
Right, but the thing
Whoa. I'm talking about personal friends of mine. I'm not an actor or a celebrity.
See what I mean?
I'm talking about the average dude.
You're not talking about the average dude. That's what I'm telling you. 75% of these dudes you're talking about don't make that type of money. When you talk about a truck driver who's making $100,000 a year, he's not a part of the average. He's not the trash man.
Okay, let's talk about the average.
Okay, the average person, when you start talking about
the average. No, the average person spends on Jordans. That's my point.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
That's the logic of
it. Not.
Okay.
You go through the projects of the hood.
They're not average.
No,
but that's the.
Not everybody. Not everybody can afford Jordans. Let's just cut the nonsense. Cut the nonsense, because not everybody can afford Jordans. You call it individualism, but I thought you were a fan of cap. Who said I was a fan of capitalism? I said Stephen A. Smith was a capitalist. Who said it? I said that. I never said I was a. When can you point the video? Can you point the video out to me, ma'am? I said that. I said I was a capitalist. I'm gonna call cap on that. I'm going to call cap. I never said. Do you know what a capitalist is? I'm sure you're intelligent enough to know what a capitalist is. Because I never, ever said that I was a capitalist. I said Stephen A. Smith was a capitalist. Because he said it himself. How can I be a capitalist in giving away money? Did you forget? Do I have to remind you? No, but you said you were for the ability to make as much money as you want in life. As much money as I need to. for my babies. I have to feed my babies. Duh. I mean, I got 2 of them. I got the ability to feed myself too. I can't just not have any money. That's ridiculous. They say, and you know where I'm going with this. They say put on your oxygen mask before putting on somebody else. Give somebody else the oxygen mask. I don't know where that came from, but I want to see the video on that. Who are you giving money away to? Barb, I don't even want to go through that anymore. That horse is dead. That horse has been dead and gone. I mean, I give some money away, but sometimes rather than not. Sometimes I go over to Sharon's and I say hi, and if it's some good conversation, then I'll throw them a couple of bucks. Same with there's a lot of people I give money. DJ Genesis, she has some good content. I'll give her a couple of bucks. I'll give her a couple of bucks. Capitalists don't give no money away. You know what they give? If lucky, advice. You're lucky to get advice from a capitalist.
The project is not the average black person. This is what I can.
So what's the average black?
The average black person is making $35,000 a year.
Okay, let's talk about that.
That is after taxes. That is after taxes.
Forget all that. Let's talk about that person that make $35,000 a year. I got a 22-year-old son who got his own business right now. He worked at Discount Tire for the last 4 years, became manager, boss, assistant manager. And he was making $30,000 a year. Started a Turo business. He bought 5 whips. Now he's in the real estate. Got perfect credit. Is that the average person?
No, he's not.
And he's buying an IUL.
He's not. He's not. That's what you keep doing these people who not average. Your son, first of all, the reason he was living with you.
No, he doesn't live here.
But he was living with somebody where he didn't have to pay rent.
Yes, he did. Of course.
That's the point. So he had a abnormal situation that he didn't have to pay rent. You gotta understand when you make
that's not true because that's not true because the average black man his age is already living with his damn mama or his grandmama. That's the average person.
You missing the point. The point is yes. Listen. When I was on the grind and I was building a business, I had 4 roommates. I'm not saying that we can't do that. I believe that we should get 4 friends that we trust and buy our first property. But I'm telling you.
Bingo. He said the thing that he said and stood on it. Me and Ethan, man, we don't agree to, we agree on something. Well, if it was donations or investments, that's still capitalism. How? There is a hope to get the money back with investments. You hope to get. So you're not. So if you invent something or you put your money in, let's just say, stocks or bonds that you're not supposed to get an investment. Come here. Come here. You stupid. So I'm not supposed to I'm not supposed to invest in anything? That don't make no sense. As long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Bar, come here. Come here, Bar. Come here. Come here. Come here. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Please, okay. Okay, cool. All right. Do you need a beverage or something? You need some water? You need some water, right? You want some water? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go get you some water. I got some cookies. I made some cookies. You want a cookie? You want a cookie? Let me know if you want a cookie. We got to get you right. You're supposed to invest in yourself, especially when you have a business, especially when there's stocks and bonds involved. If you are into stocks per se, and you want to invest in something, let's just say for example, it doesn't work out. You're in the market crashes, you're not going to get anything. But if the market thrives, you might get a little something here and there. You're like, well, what the hell is going on? Like, what the what? I didn't say that. I'm just doing your voice. I didn't say that. The hope of growing money from someone else affects its affects is like a bank. A bank is typically a capitalist mindset. So in other words, if you put your money in a so in other words, if you put your money in a bank and it grows, which nowadays you got to find a bank that absolutely grows within a percentage. If it's 0.1%, it ain't growing. If it's 0.3%, it ain't growing. But if it's works in yes, yes, yes. If you are and it has a percentage, if you have, let's just say for example 2.3%, it's going to grow financially slow, but it will grow. It will fucking grow. So you have to invest. No matter what you invest in, are you not expecting anything in return? That don't make no sense. But I get it. I get it. You're supposed to be thinking for community purpose. I do think for community purposes, but at the same damn time, am I not supposed to have anything? Am I not supposed to get lucky on the side too? I would like. I'm not asking to be a millionaire. What I'm asking is my sleeping pills are kicking in. Yeah, something. You need a drink with that? Some whiskey, cause you some warm whiskey, cause you tripping. But see, if you were to, ooh, now I know I would win a debate against your ass. I know I would win a debate. You and Lisa, you're cooked. You and Lisa are cooked. I'll have to explain it later. Look, I looked over it. You just said no, I understand it well enough, but it just didn't make any sense. And I'm gonna go back not up here. What the hell? Not moving. I'm gonna go back up here when you said this. You said Oh no. Well, if it was donations or investment, that is still capitalist. How is donation capitalism? How is donation capitalism? We're going to start there. How is donations? You can get donations from anyone. Or investments. What? I think we were lost in the sauce years ago. We were definitely lost in the sauce. Definitely lost. But anyway, you said that's still capitalism. There is hope to get. So what do you expect? What do you expect them to do? What do you expect them to do? Or better yet, let me reframe my question. What is the average black man supposed to do? What is the average black man supposed to do? I will wait. Maybe I can get a clear something it comes to my conscience when I get off this live and I go to bed. Maybe I can marinate on something. Maybe I can marinate on it then. Because I seriously need to know. Yeah, I know I could destroy you.
You is this idea of what you preaching. 80% of the population cannot spend $2,000 a month on an insurance policy.
That's not where you
That's
start.
24.
You're
That's
missing
not,
the point. That's not
it don't
where
matter
you
where
start.
it don't matter
That's
where
not
you
where
start.
you start.
It doesn't matter where you start because
No,
everybody
it does
can't
matter
start.
where you start.
I'm just telling you how
It absolutely
Turo
matters where you start.
I'm telling you how Turo works. Turo, the reason Turo is saturated because everybody's trying to get on that market.
It
It's
depends on what. No, that's not true. That's not true.
I'm telling you.
No, we're doing it. Are you doing Turo?
Yes, my brother have a Turo business.
No, are you doing Turo?
Yes, I bought the cars. He managed it for me.
Okay.
Yes, so that's what
how it works. It's geographical.
And you got to have money to do Turo.
When you go
right?
into Turo, you check within a radius to see what the prices are. Turo system actually does it for you.
But you got to have money, right?
You got to have credit.
No, if you have enough money to buy, listen, if you get your taxes back.
Hold on. Let me answer this question, sister. Host. Let me answer this question.
Okay, I wasn't done, but okay.
Okay. I positioned my son when he was in high school wrestling to have good credit. He's had credit since he was 14. So when he decided not to take the scholarships and go to college to wrestle, he said he wanted to get money. So I said, okay, you ready? He got his first car in his first name, in his own name.
Mm-hmm. But hello,
right?
No, but no,
so
no,
he
but
used his credit. He used his credit to get those whips.
I just want you to follow the conversation. We said debt, and everybody was talking about why black people in debt. And he just tells you, yes, you can use debt in a good way, but it still increased the debt that we have. And what the host was saying earlier is if we take the amount of money we got coming in versus our debt, we don't have a positive ratio. So telling black people to go out and get more debt, use their credit, I get that you have, and I know a lot of people that done felt that too, Ro. This is what we don't talk about. Hold on.
Listen,
I'm just saying because
we don't. Okay, but listen, we don't fail over here because I ran a car wash.
We way off the topic.
Right, but hold on. Let me just answer, bro.
We missing. He taking his individual success and trying to project it over the black.
And there you go, right there. That's when black folk get all in their feelings. When you got individuals that have success and they don't have it the same way. That's what it is.
Let me just say this. I'm gonna just say
there
this.
You go, right there. There you go.
I'm allowing this because listen, we need to be off topic. We need to talk about this money. But
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain it. I'm trying to explain it, look, bro.
Because when it really comes down to stop, guys. Because when it really comes down to it, we have a false conception that we want to brag about that we have $1 trillion spending power.
Mm-hmm.
But ain't nobody talking about how much money that we're keeping. And like That's a way more important conversation of
That's all I'm saying.
versus Anton Daniels.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna take my video off the
Discipline
back.
yourself.
I'm starting to talk about
You gotta eat 3 times a day.
So-and-so
You don't
son.
need $300 jeans. You don't need a fancy car. When you hustling,
we're talking about that we have
what?
$1 billion spend.
I don't care if I had a.
See, and this is the shit that I'm talking about. This shit right here. Right here. This shit right here. I did this. I did that. I took my son to his first car wash and he owned it. I did this. I did that. We're cooked. We're fucked. We are completely fucked. I was hoping to hear his point. He didn't say anything. This is not his channel. But yet he's talking over the host. This is not his shit. We are so quick. The mind is fragile. Yeah, I did it, and I did it all on my own, without this and without that. Come on, fam. That's not the fucking point. Because not everybody can average a 3.0. Not everybody can get a, what is it, a 700 on their credit score. They can't do it because they're struggling so much. But you try to treat everybody like the fucking military. Maybe they need to go to the military. Maybe some of them do. You know, some of them don't come back alive, I'll tell you that much. But we need some type of discipline, to be perfectly honest with you. We need some type of discipline, some type of decorum, dog. If you say, okay, let's just say I believe you. Can you contain it? Not everybody can contain a 700 credit score. Because the first thing you purchase something, it automatically goes down. Like if I get if I go to Sam's Club and I get a car, they automatically decrease me. And I'm back at a 600. That's how ridiculous shit is. If I get a car from Capital One to boost my credit up, that's one thing. But if I don't pay it back on time, it goes down. You try to do everything to boost your shit back. I stay at an 800. That's capital. That's individualism. Good for you. I'm sure you can purchase a house. I'm sure you can purchase a car. But not everybody is capable like you, boo. That's my whole point. Ugh. Hey, maybe you can give me some points. Maybe.
I don't care. I'm gonna stack it. I don't need a woman. None of that.
Why does it always have to go to a woman? What the fuck does a woman have to do with anything? I'm getting tired of that shit too. I don't need a woman to hold me. What? Well, where did that come from? Women make the most money. So? This is crazy.
That's spending power.
That's how I was able to be.
And I tried to retire too, but you wouldn't let me. I tried to retire off this internet. I was gonna play video games.
Oh, stop it. Let me just say this. That's spending power. Listen, hold on, bro. That's
niggas want to go out, you living outside your means.
Respect the host.
Why am I talking and you're talking? I love you. But just let me see. I'm gonna let you talk. Bottom line is that we cannot brag about a $1 trillion spending budget when we actually do the math. Even though there might be people that are of billionaires and millionaires in our community, right? When they actually did the actual like the whole like what's it called when you average it out, they also included Black billionaires and millionaires into that. They didn't say, oh, leave the millionaires and trillionaires out. They said on average, right? The average household, based on all the money that Black people make, it's about 35,000 per household. We did the math on that. It came out to about $1 trillion some odd dollars. So if we're spending, doesn't matter if it's millionaires or whatever. Okay, your household makes this amount of money. On average, when we actually take it up, the Black community ends up at a deficit at the end of the year. Why? We're spending more than we are actually making. And that's why, in Dallas, when I moved here, you know what they call it? A $30,000 millionaire. People come in Dallas and they want to get the highest paid car. A lot of people are doing things on credit. But everything that they do is based on this whole credit system. And that is what's messing up our community also. We buy things on credit. A lot of times we mess up our children's credit before they even get to the age of 18 because we're putting things in their children's names, like mothers and stuff, putting stuff in their kids' names and all types
That's what ghetto people do.
But I mean, but listen, they're a part of that whole trillion spending group. That's a part of it, right? So we're just spending out money, and how much money is coming back to us? Nothing. And that's the problem I'm having.
Right.
Okay, if I may.
No, but she got a point though.
I know, but if I may.
Yeah, the host got a point though.
Yes, you may. Yes, you may.
Okay, I'm asking if I may. I'm not going no other side of that, Eat a Man. Now,
I didn't say nothing. What are you? Dang, I'm getting
I don't know. Okay, well, whoever it was, then.
It was your own nephew telling you. And then I want Devin, because I know that Devin.
Okay,
Friendly fire.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, I know for a fact that Vicky never put any of her credit in Malik's name because she couldn't make her bills. Denise didn't either, her sister. Let's just keep it real. See, it don't go like that. And it's an echo. I hear a background something.
Everybody mute your mic when someone's talking, and like I said, you're gonna have a moment to talk, and then when I take your thing off of the summer jam, then it's time to like wrap it up. Go ahead, say it. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm like this here. That's not everybody. See, well, a lot of Black folk.
Let me get on my nerves. That isn't individualism. Maybe not being to maintain over an 800 credit score is an individual thing. It is an individual thing. It's called a mindset. How am I gonna? You're thinking every day. How can I get my credit score up without me affecting it? His ass can talk. Yeah, he can talk a week. But the average person, I don't even know how to look it up. But the average person, seriously, the average person is looking into right now putting something in their little daughter name. That's why I say not everybody is that special. At one point, I remember a long time ago, I was thinking I could do the same thing. No, I can't do it. I remember when my daughter was 3 months old and was like, I could put this credit in her name. No. Raising your credit is easy. Okay, tell me 3 specific steps to what to do. 3 specific steps what to do to raise my credit score. Go. 3 specific steps. And I'll bet you 2 of those I would have bunked already. Why you thinking about that? Play the clip.
And Edelman was doing it. Well, when you talk about these people, that people, these people, that people, okay, what did these people, that people, these people, that people?
He just looks rough.
What did they do in your life to help you get the way you are today?
Better now?
What?
Is the main one that be just not muting up. Go ahead, Leonard.
Okay, now check this out. With all of the extra whoop, 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 whenever I see somebody wearing Fear of God Essentials, my little cousin is the CEO of that company. I be sitting there like, damn, this is pop. Still hear echo, and I know it ain't me. I'm like, this is popping off with the doggone Wakandans and Blackistan, huh? And they paying big money for that. I'm just like,
Office of the browser.
Joint when you
Hispanics moving in, it was because like Texas had incentives for people to be able to.
I can't stand listening to Leonard. Okay, you said the first one was what? You said the first one is to pull all 3 of your credit reports. 3 of my credit reports. I can only. Would that include medical? Will that include medical? To look them over and remove all the error charges. I've done that already. And you know what they said? You pay what you owe. So that one I just cut in half. Next. I bet you I could do money. You said pull all 3 credit reports, and I'm asking you, does that include medical? What you owe? Like if you went to the ER, does that count? Because for example, I owe the ER lots of money. Does that count? And again, I'm gonna go back to this one. Look them over. Pull all 3 of your credit reports, which I think I've done before when I was looking for a house at the time. And I think the lady did what you had described, and she said you had to pay for this, and this. And I said, do I want to include her? No, I don't want to include her. Okay, so basically it's like this. I had a lady look over our credit because it sucked. And she looked over that you had to pay for a couple of, I got to pay for a few things, and most of it is outstanding. And then when I went to pay for those, the only thing that was holding me back was medical. That's the only thing that medical and my credit cards. Medical and my credit cards. 3, pay everything you owe. I've been doing all that. But you're not including the one thing that's holding you for your credit to boost up to where you need it to be. Taxes. Taxes truly mess you up. Or it's not. I'm sorry, it's not taxes. I'm sorry, it's not taxes. Let me kill all that. It's not taxes. It's interest. It's interest. People tack on interest all the fucking time. Interest. If you don't pay on this on time, interest. You went to the hospital, interest. You paid on this car and you took it off the lot, and even though you paid on time, interest. They always tack on interest. Sometimes you can call them and settle for a lesser amount. Been there, done all that. Been there, done all that. It's not an easy hill to climb. Is what I told you before, woman. But it's not like I didn't try. It's not like I didn't try at all. But we're gonna call it a night in a second. We're gonna call it a night in a second. But I had to take what you said into account.
You don't own it. That's all the fuck you need to know. I can mispronounce it every way from fucking Sunday. All I need to know is, nigga, I don't own that. Misdemeanor. That's not a crime. You sound fucking stupid. All you fucking white liberals, especially black liberals, I would love to put, man, I can't even say what I would love to do, but some of you black liberals are worse than Klans members, bruh. You motherfuckers are worse than Klans members. Or something? What the fuck happened? I mean, I missed the mark. I got the video evidence. What the fuck are you talking about? Retards, bruh. Just reactionary fucking retards. Ain't nobody said nothing about no motherfucking visas. Nobody said anything about expired visas. Nobody said anything about. We just talk. This is the problem with fucking many of you fucking libtards. You guys are nothing more than the fucking white ignorants, except with the fucking Black Lives Matter flag. That's the only difference. We can't even establish basic fucking facts with you dumb fucks.
Damn. Well, you have to make a plan to pay what you owe. Okay. I will do that. And then I will get back with you within 6 months. And if I'm still in the same position, I'm going to call you on it. And I want you to come to the congregation. Don't run. I want you to come to the congregation. And I want you to explain to me why I'm in the same position. I did everything right. I did everything that was told. And I'm still in the same position. It's the interest. Well, this is just the start. There are other ways. Whew. Okay. All right. I will do. As a matter of fact, I didn't think. I'll tell you a secret, Bart. I'll tell you a secret. I was applying for a credit card, right? My credit score is shot. I said, they keep sending me this stuff too, by the way. They keep sending me this stuff. So I wasn't approved for a premium credit card, but I was approved for another pre-credit card. I was shocked. I'm like, what? I say, what? It's like, yeah, you're approved. I'm like, what? Usually they would blacklist my ass. I was like, what? It should only take a week to do what I said? A week? A week to do what? What? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So just pay everything off. Pay everything off within a week. Gotcha. Got you. Got you, boo-boo. I got you. I got you.
All right? That's the issue. Basic fucking facts. Hey, that person got a dick and balls. What are they? I don't know. I don't fucking know. What the fuck you mean you don't? Maybe out of him and keep it pushing.
Everything else checks out.
How do you know everything
Like,
else is good? You talking to him.
yeah.
Two women. Well, bitch, then you know what's up. It's not his concern.
It's one thing she's saying that she wants to figure out how to tell him.
Illegally, you should be on your best behavior.
Face of the person. I mean,
False equivalents of black people and trans.
Oh God. No, not pay everything. Well, I'm gonna try something, and if it don't work, I'm blaming you. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna get that pre-approved credit card. Put the limit on there, and I'm gonna spend little by little and pay it back on time. Right? It should take you a week in order for your credit report to. It should take a week to order your credit. No, don't get it too late. I already got it. It helps boost my. It would help. I just got to pay the shit on time. And then after that, just order your credit reports. Order my credit reports? And then do what with them? Read them? Fart on them? What am I supposed to do? I'm like, oh, yeah, this is fartable. And order your credit reports. What am I supposed to do with my credit reports? I'm not going to be able to pay everything off because I owe too much. I'm very good at this. Don't get any new cards. Too late. I told you I already got the card. I already got the card. And I'm planning on spending on some shit. One item per whatever. I'm not gonna go wild like I did before. I'm not gonna go wild like I did before. Because I remember when I paid off I paid two of my credit cards off. But we had an emergency. You keep saying don't use the card. Are you yelling at me? I wish you can get in the back chat. I got something for you. Fine. All right. All right. I won't use the card. I promise. I will not use the card. I will not use the card. I promise I will not use the card. Okay? Yes, I'm yelling. I will not use the card, Barb. I will not. I'm not. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it at all. Even though I already put money on it already. What am I supposed to do with it now? Since there's money on it already. Just order the reports. Fine, I'll order the damn reports. From who? The credit bureau? I'm supposed to do that through the credit bureau, right? Jesus. Pay it off and don't use it. But what if I want to buy some socks and drawers and I ain't got no money? What about it then? Hey, that's an emergency. Hold on, I will tell you exactly. Okay. This is an actual person that can tell me how. So I'm going to listen, and I am going to, before I go, where your wife's really, really, really. Is that where we're going with this? Really, really. You're funny. You're really, really, really funny. Really funny. So I can't. So you're telling me if I can't purchase something, pay it on time, and boost my credit rate up, like what the? And then you tell me to wear my wife's socks and drawers. Come here. Come here. I got something for you. So, I'm gonna treat you like Pam and Martin. There is a time and a place for that. Maybe not yet. What? There's a time and a place for. Maybe I'll wear them on my forehead. I don't know. This is goofy. This is fucking goofy. Look, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go because you just getting on my nerves already. I will not spend anything on the credit card, but meantime, in between time, not everybody can do what you tell them, instruct them to do. Not everybody has that mindset to do it. She said, hold on, almost there. Hey, calm down, will you? You're almost there. This girl. I can't do this with her. I really cannot do this with her. I cannot do this with her.
Blacks are in a minority class in this country. That's why you cannot get Haitians into the country, because the larger society is extremely fearful of blacks getting a numerical dominance. They build a quota system into the country, even in our immigration process, and into our, to make sure that black folk do not constitute a threat.
And so, of course, I should say, if we look at the historical record, it becomes clear that blacks certainly didn't work to engineer their own demise in America. It was pretty much a construct based on second-class, third-class status that we had in society as the labor class, the free labor class, basically. You address that quite extensively in this book.
Yeah, we operate off the basis of a three-tiered structure. We had the elite class, or the aristocratic class, then we had the management class, which was made up of poor whites, and we had the working class, which was black folks. See, black folk were the working class about the civil rights movement. Blacks were the working class. Now, after the civil rights movement, and blacks became obsolete, now poor whites and some of the other whites are claiming that they are the working class in this country. But they were not. They were supposed to be the management class up until that point in time. Blacks were the labor class in the society.
It's interesting that you bring that up, but wouldn't it be fair to look through the tunnel of history and see that certainly poor whites have worked hard in this country and have had to come up through some of the same kinds of tyranny that blacks have experienced in America?
Oh, yes, they have. You will always have some poor whites, because that's a class issue. That's not a race issue. See, if it had been a race issue, instead of a class issue, then why didn't you have poor whites out there picking cotton along with blacks? Why weren't they enslaved? Why didn't you have poor Indians? Why didn't you have poor Asians? Why didn't you have poor Hispanics out there in the field with black folk? It was a racial issue, not a class issue.
when you take a look at what's wrong, and certainly the book does cover a lot of what's wrong with Black America, is it fair to say that at this time in our history, economically speaking, that
I don't know, but I'm going to bed. Bye, Negro. I will probably see you tomorrow or some other time. Thank you for the support. Support I got left. I'm gonna figure out how to translate all this shit. Trust me. Trust me. I'm not done yet. But anyway, support the channel and all that other good stuff. Give me a like. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe. Give me a membership. And all that good stuff. All right. Thanks a lot, Barb. Love you. Good night.